Every single night. We just have one night, just one night, we don't spill milk. Come here, Trevor, son, let's listen to this tape. No way, baby, no way. I don't know how you listen to that jungle music. Those are just about to hit me, that's how Tom's getting. The navigators and all the cars, shoots the sun, shoots the stars, on the bird, hell we are the North Squad. Education is expensive, son. I'll deal the cards.
Deal the cards.
Of course I do. Pack the cards. There are the bars that stop, son. It's crap. No way, Jose. No way. That just flies my blood. Whatever's here, son, there are seven people in the world that control the world and nobody knows who they are. You better believe it, buddy. You should listen to our bell. I am Al. Your friend? Oh, what a surprise.
Oh!
Son, he saves lots of money. And my all-time favorite, now we all have participated in this one, please. Now, if you please bow your head, just gently, and ship it to my dad. Now raise your right hand. Now in that hand you have an empty glass of scotch with ice. Now pretend for a moment the person next to you is one of your kids. Shake your glass.
Hey, buddy boy.
Say after me. Hey, buddy boy.
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 This morning, my wife, I'm Chris, I'm the sixth son, and I'm the bishop. Smart, lots of money. Anyway, my wife this morning said, I'm not going to go through what you're going to say, and say it slowly. I'm trying to say it slowly. Maybe too slowly, fast. And then I got to separate the second ashes, of course. Separate the second ashes. When I was speaking, it's just slow. But anyway, before launching off into what I have to say about my dad, I too have to say, welcome to the Morrisons. They're our extended family. Thank you for coming. For those that could make it. To John Foster, the first pet son. To Nick Castro, the second pet son. Both titles bequeathed to him, to them by my mother, who obviously gave him this great honor, but couldn't count or couldn't remember what they were given. So, but we all consider them a greater part of the greater family. As has been mentioned, I'm not sure we get across all things that have already been mentioned, so we can get there. I still want to thank his caregiver, Sybil Brown. She's an amazing woman. My stepsister, Mary Lancaster, and my brother Paul. You all made Dad and Mary's life easier. Thank you. You're the example of what Christ asks each and every one of us to do in carrying the cross. Paul, I know that you want to speak today, and maybe you are going to speak, but your tender heart will let your voice be heard. Know that you'll always be the man that I look up to as my biggest brother, as your heart is big as they come. Like many others on my first day of my life, being the only son that I got the privilege of this, my dad was the delivery doctor. I'd like to take a moment for to anyone who had my doctor and my dad deliver them. Please stand up. Keep saying. If you were a former patient or had a friend, parent, spouse, sibling that you cared for, please stand up. If you sat with him over a drink or two as he swings the game of life, please stand up. As you can tell, as you can see, you touch a lot of us. Some of us for the first time, most of us for a lifetime. For all of you that stood, I have to say, I was jealous of you. He reached out to you when I thought you should be reaching out to me and my brothers. But in doing so, he taught us. He taught me that it was better to give than to receive. He said, he would say to me, son, there are givers and takers in this life. What are you? A giver or a taker? Only be a giver. My father was not a perfect man, nor was the perfect father. But that didn't mean I didn't get a perfect life with him. As I can't imagine life different from the one that God gave me with my dad's gifts. Giving or taking isn't always an easy task when it comes to our family, especially when it comes to giving or taking. Expletive deleted. Let's just say that in the past 10 days, the past 5 months, the past 9 years, can only be described as I'm just a character. My dad's favorite expression about himself. And as a character, he surrounded himself with characters. Sometimes we played our parts, sometimes not. There were times that we went rogue, and there were other times that we collaborated after much wailing and gnashing of teeth. The herding of cats comes to mind when it comes to our family. After all, we are Grimms, and we are all characters. We all have taken stock of this man. We have an opinion about who he was, what he did for us, how he should be treated or cared for. We all have opinions about the effect they have on our lives. By having those opinions, collectively we said we love you. By being fierce champions and adversaries of those from within and from without, we said we love you. How could we not? I remember several expressions that my father used when I was a kid. And one was, you could screw up a 2-car food. I find that very appropriate today. The other one is, if you have 6 friends that take you down the aisle when you die, you've died a rich man. My father died a millionaire in that respect. I was here today. My dad has a body now, as he is with Christ. The body that we bear today is the echo of life lived forward. A life that gave us joy and sorrow, gave us life, gave us lessons of what to do and what not to do. I love this man with his gifts and his failures. I love this man and my dad who over the past 18 years repeatedly told me how proud he was for my sobriety and that he loved me. There is no greater gift than a son one than to hear his dad say these words. Those enduring words remind me of the song by Dan Fullworth, the leader of the band, which my brother Paul carried his words to his own. The second child doted on in a wild and athlete lawyer's son. His hands were meant for different work. His heart was no good. He left his home and went his own way, in a solitary way. He gave to me a gift I know I never repay. Became a man of medicine, denied his similar fate. He tried to be an involvement once, but his future wouldn't wait. He earned his law through discipline, a surgeon's double hand. His gentle means of healing, folks, took me years to understand. But later on were each went a separate way. Some went into real estate, others got jobs that day. Larry's in Colorado, and Susie lives back east, living out this quiet life with Bob, our oldest Bruce. I thank you for your love and music and the stories that you told. I thank you for the freedom that came when it came our time to go. I thank you for the kindness and the times when you got tough. And Papa, I don't think I said I love you enough. The leader of the band was tired and his eyes were vulnerable. But his blood runs through our family, like we saw here in the school. My life has been important to comprehend the man. I'm just living legacy to the leader of the band. We're just living legacy to the leader of the band. My dad didn't play me instrument, so being leader of the band was, he wanted those who would join him. I'm sure I could that in just a second. This was my dad's instrument. My dad's musical instruments were just these. They seemed to be played at the most inopportune times, or just the most inexplicable way. I can't play them any better than him. But as St. Paul writes in Corinthians, if I speak with tongues of men and of angels, but not love, I become sounding brass or clanging cymbal. I know my dad loved us all, regardless of his clanging cymbals. Yes.